Hey, welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. My name is Hugo Parmentier and today we have got coastal multi-pitch up in Brittany. One of the hardest problems in Switzerland gets an ascent. We check out what Jernej Kruder's been up to in his latest escapade. And we have a short preview of the Olympic qualifier happening in Budapest. This has got to be one of the most exposed and techie coastal multi-pitch routes we've ever seen. French climber Hugo Parmentier has been pretty busy of late with two notable ascents, both coming at opposite ends of France. First up on the northwest coast of France in Brittany, he has made the first ascent of a beautiful coastal multi-pitch route at Brezzellec, one of the furthest west points of Brittany and indeed France. The route consists of three pitches, with the first pitch featuring a huge horizontal dyno and the third is overhung and powerful. Overall, the grade Hugo gave is 8B+, with the three pitches going at 8B+, 7C+, and 8A respectively. Hugo's second notable ascent came in the form of La Cadre Nouvelle Version 9A at Céüse. This man is on serious form right now, so stay tuned to find out more from him very soon. And from both ends of France, we are now heading to Switzerland, where one of the hardest problems in the country has been climbed again. Italian climber Pietro Vidi has made an ascent of his first 8C+ in Fionnay, Switzerland. The climb is called F the System and is an 8C+ first climbed in 2021 by Sean Rabitou. The second ascent was done by Clément Lechaptois in 2022 and is basically the sit start to the Dave Graham Problem Foundation's Edge, an 8C. The main features are the real body tension moves needed to climb the initial part of the problem, which is steep and very overhung. The 21-year-old Pietro has previously climbed 5 8C routes and 2 9A sport routes. From Switzerland, we're heading to Italy, to Valle D'Orco, where Jernej Kruder has been climbing pretty hard again. Former comp climber Jernej Kruder has continued his amazing post-competition climbing career by making an ascent of the classic TRAD route in Valle D'Orco, Greenspit, 8B+. The 33-year-old needed two trips for the ascent, the first in 2021, and even if his repeat of this 8B/+ was a given, he confessed that on his first go back on the line, he felt like a beginner again. We caught up with Jernej to find out a little bit more.
Sending it was a very special thing to me because I think that the most important thing of the ascent this time was the partner, who was Giacomo from Italy. And he was actually quite close to send it, and it was a very fun process. It reminded me on my first trip back in 2021 when I tried it with Yannick from Switzerland, and I could kind of feel the same vibe, you know. Back then he was the one to send it, this time I was the one to send it, and I believe and I hope that same thing happens to Giacomo. So the thing is, it was like super friendly atmosphere back in the days and also now, and that's something I like the most about crag climbing. I feel like it's even less pressure than in competitions or bouldering or just normal sport climbing. So lately I was getting more and more into TRAD climbing since I have a little bit of problems with my shoulders, and I believe that doing too much of bouldering or like super hard routes doesn't do much good for my recovery, and with doing more and more of crag climbing makes me feel stronger and I can feel the progress in this style of climbing, so it's also very good for my mindset. And of course Greenspit was one of the routes on my list since back in the years when I didn't even know how to do trad climbing or crag climbing in general. I mean, I knew how to do it, but now, especially after doing some sessions on the bridge, copying white boys, it helped me realize how to jam and how to proper hand jam even in in the toughest cruxes. And this time when I returned after 3 years to Greenspit, I believe it was quite helpful. So on the first tries I already knew that few days of my trip to Valle D'Orco will be enough to finish it off.
So from the north of Italy, we are headed all the way down to Greece, where an impressive rope solo first ascent has been made. Planet Mountain reports that Angelis Galanis has made a rope solo first ascent of a new multi-pitch rock climb on Kapelo Peak in Meteora, Greece. The route is dedicated to Dietrich Hasse, the German climber who pioneered rock climbing in the conglomerate area in the late 1970s. In an article on Planet Mountain, Galanis says, "I was not sure if I was strong enough to finish it alone. I am 60 years old and undeniably a shadow of the climber that I used to be. But nevertheless, the next day I started climbing. After some days and a night on the wall, I finished the route and named it Dietrich Hasse." Rope solo first ascent at the age of 60, not too bad if you ask me. Okay, so next up we have got a little preview of the second Olympic qualifier event coming out of Budapest tomorrow. With only one day to go, we look forward to the next and final round of the Olympic qualifiers in Budapest. In the women's, lead and boulder rounds, as we have mentioned before, any of the previous semi-finalists have a great chance of qualifying, seeing as there are 10 places up for grabs, with any of the finalists from the previous round having a great chance of qualification if they can close to match their previous results. In the women's, Brooke Rabbitou is ideally placed, having won the previous round in Shanghai. In the men's, the top three names are all recognisable, with Do-Yoon Lee, previous gold medalist Alberto Gines Lopez, and Adam Ondra looking in great contention. Once the event is done, the total points of each climber will be added together and the top 10 names will qualify, making up the majority of the final list of climbers to compete. It is important to say that even climbers that did not make the semis last time out still have a chance of qualification. A win in the final round could mean a huge jump for any climber. To watch the final round, make sure you head over to the Olympic YouTube channel and join Matt Groom for the final rounds. Okay, so that's it for the news. We are now headed over to the 9B counter. There are no 9Bs this week. However, Jonathan Siegrist did climb a 9A+, which was pretty close. Other than that, there's nothing. Okay, next up, it's shop stuff, and this week is the pre-summer sale week. In the first part of this week, we had Patagonia up to 20% off, and in the second part, it's the pre-summer sale, remember, so it's before the big discounts really happen. However, stocks are still very good. So from this point until the end of this week, on Sunday, you will have the chance to get up to 25% off RAB. So we have a big collection of RAB clothing, and we put them off at an initial discount of 25% off. There will be probably some more discounts coming. However, you're not kind of guaranteed the size. In terms of, they might just go, like they're gonna be big discounts. So this is your chance this week to get an initial discount. The stocks are still good. You'll probably be guaranteed your size, or you could wait till next week and get an even bigger discount. But you know, why not just have a little bit of security in life? Everybody likes a little bit of security, right? Anyway, next up is media time, and we have got the third part in our series with Svana Björnsson. It's called The Outsider. It's following her journey to try and qualify for the Olympics. Quite fitting as the second qualifying event is just about to take place. Here's a little clip.
What happened at the competition? I've had so many ankle injuries that I know when it's bad, and hearing the crack and feeling the pain, and yeah, I don't know, last time I got an ankle injury, I got surgery. It took me 2 years to recover. So for me, there was no way I could recover from this in such a short amount of time.
In general, as an athlete, you react like super emotionally because you don't know how severe the injury is.
But that was for the first 30 seconds. The doctor came right away and he started testing the ankle and asked me what was painful or not. And he made me stood up and I could actually step on my foot. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I was just being a drama girl and it's not that bad, because if I can step on it, well, I can surely climb on it, right?
Make sure you head over to the EpicTV YouTube channel to watch that one. Next one, I wanted to show a little clip from this video because it's very, very good, as per normal, by Johan Carvela, who is a filmmaker on Relais Vertical. They've just released a video with Seb Burt and Tongi Merhard. Here's a little clip.
Je me fais découper. Je commence à comprendre pourquoi ça s'appelle l'abattoir. Découpe.
That is a beautiful film. Johan, I'm still a big fan. Right, next up, we're going to go to comment of the week. And as per last week, I went quite alto. This week, I'm going to go quite bassy with my voice. Comment of the week. And this week, we've got a very nice one from Quinn Thompson. It says, love that you're doing these new shows. Thank you very much. An absolute pleasure, Quinn. I'm glad that we can be of service. Right, that is it. I hope you're all going to be joining us as we watch the Olympic Qualifier Series from tomorrow, and you're also very excited about it. Come back next week and we'll have a full review of what happened there, also with all the other news from the climbing world. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'll see you later.